Analysis and highest and best use. Chapter 3, using the market analysis. Page 10, analyzing off-site improvements. Oftentimes, the presence of off-site improvements will contribute to the value of individual properties in the market area. Up to this point, we have dealt with relevant characteristics that could affect the property value, but we have not cited many specifics. We have mentioned a stigmatized condition and indicated the condition could impact either positively or negatively the value of the property. In this segment, we will attend to some off-site improvements and indicate that a requirement for an additional study may be necessary because of their presence. Public or private street. Is the street a public street, a private street, a county road, a state highway, a private road? Is there an effect on value because of noise, dust or dirt, or heavy traffic at certain times of the day or night? View. Is the property abutting a forest, preserve, or a conservation area? Is there a scenic view of the mountains or the lake from the front porch or deck? It has been well documented that a property with a view in some parts of the country will command a much higher price than the same property without that view. View is an important aspect of value for some types of properties in certain locations. The market will be able to identify the impact on value for a property with or without a desirable view. Street length and curvature. Is the street straight and long and without any speed bumps, which may be conducive to speeding on car races? Is there a curvature to the street to slow the traffic down and prevent speeding? How wide is the street? Is the street used to park vehicles, or is there an ordinance against all-night parking? What is the surface of the street? Is the street gravel, asphalt, or concrete? If a private street, is there a written and recorded maintenance agreement for upkeep of the street and emergency vehicle access? Streetlights, storm sewers, curbing, fire hydrants, and sidewalks. How far to the nearest fire hydrant? Is there a street light in close proximity to the subject property? Is there curbing? Is there a storm sewer system? And are there easements along the borders of the subject property? Utilities, electric, natural gas, water, sanitary sewers, telephone, cable for TV, computer high-speed internet access are all important factors that could decide the public's decision for locating in a particular area. Increased property value can be achieved in part because of these off-site improvements available throughout this neighborhood. The absence of any of these perceived essential utilities may necessitate alternative methods to supply the particular utility. If there is no public water source, a well will be necessary to supply the needed water. The market will determine the difference in property value due to the alternative utility source for potable water. Flood hazard area. It is extremely important that the appraiser supply the most accurate available information relative to the subject and its flood hazard designation as assigned by the Federal Emergency Management Agency, FEMA. Not every community is enrolled in the FEMA flood designation survey program. However, it is still the appraiser's responsibility to communicate the information about the community's non-participation in the designation programs. If the subject property is located in a designated Special Flood Hazard Area, SFHA, additional information must be supplied in the appraisal report by the appraiser. SFHAs are those zones designated by FEMA as A and B. Zones designated B, C, or X are not included in the SFHA category. Property values can be impacted by FEMA designations. Environmental conditions. Are there environmental conditions in the community in the form of unsafe water or unclean air or smog that could affect the demand to locate in the area? Are there toxic hazards or Superfund sites that continually emit toxins into the air? These conditions can cause the entire community to be stigmatized in one way or another. Any of these things may decrease the demand for housing in this market area. Analyzing this market with a similar market will provide the appraiser with the support for his or her conclusions relating to this kind of a situation. End of page.